Hello America and Nato. Today, Sweden's accession to Nato was approved with 287 votes in the Turkish Grand National Assembly. Considering 90 million people as the basis for the Turkish nation, 287 people approving this does not represent the conscience of this nation and its future in terms of existence regarding this issue. First of all, there is no need to even mention that America has imposed blood, tears and wars on all humanity, that it has dried up the African continent, that imperialism and Zionism have oppressed not only the Islamic world but also underdeveloped and undeveloped peoples hand in hand. The place of America and NATO, which is its arm, operational institution, is clear in the conscience of all humanity. For the Turkish state and the Turkish nation, the reason for the blue homeland and all the chaos in our region is America, imperialism and the flag bearers of their ally Zionism. Nothing has changed, will change beyond our borders. They will continue to try to create so-called petty states, terrorist states. It is not new for them to give us a few words and go back on their word. The embargo imposed on us by NATO, despite being a NATO ally during the Cyprus peace operation, has not been forgotten, at least by those of us who are still alive, and in terms of information to be conveyed to future generations. Today, America, imperialism and the flag bearers of their ally Zionism are the ones responsible for the martyrdom of many of our soldiers and the chaos and unfortunately many disgraces that have continued in our lands. At least they need to know this is how we see it in our conscience. It was NATO and its allies again who attacked many peoples: Iraq, Libya, Syria, Sudan, Yemen. The list goes on, using religious themes and crusade terms for the Islamic world. These will never be forgotten. What is happening in Gaza today, events that America turns a blind eye to. Unfortunately, seeing thousands of innocent children, women, elderly as if they were living microorganisms, not even considering them human. America will of course pay the price for this one day and soon. What we want to say here is that NATO, the Atlantic Pact and America, that is the West, are provoking Russia today. We know their programs to provoke our border neighbors, Russia, which is our sea border neighbor, and our other neighbors. Although the approval of Sweden does not make any sense as a small country, as we mentioned before, it is actually a domino stone. There is a project to provoke Russia in our region and pit it against Turkey, and we know their plans to eventually provoke Germany against Turkey. We also know their plans to remove Turkey from NATO by admitting an Islamic state. I'm not talking about countries like Albania with a majority Muslim population into NATO and eventually provoking the nerves of Turkey. History will show us this. The reason we are addressing this issue is that 287 people do not determine the fate of this country. The Turkish nation has come to this day with all the information it has gained from its ancestors and history, and will continue to do so in the future. NATO, which was not with us during the national struggle, NATO, which did not even exist, did not add anything to us with its existence either. We know that the terror imposed on all humanity with religious, ethnic, ideological motives, whatever we call it, the issues it did in Afghanistan, entering the blood of millions of people in Iraq by using so-called weapons of mass destruction as an excuse, and then saying, oh, there weren't any with a 1 second word. The genocide carried out in Bosnia by burying many people alive in mass graves has been watched, seen and shown by the whole world. The Turkish nation never forgets and will not forget this. That is why I want to say, oh America and the West, whatever the Turkish state says, that's what happens. Do not forget this. But you have no place in the conscience of the Turkish nation, and fear its conscience.